Como esta, fuck faces? This is your commissioner speaking. Gonna give you kind of the recap of the week, how it went, how some of the matchups went. We had some close ones this week, um, some not so close ones, and honestly, not a good prediction week for either of the commissioners. I went 2-3, and Scotty went 1-4. So that brings Scotty way down on the season total, as he has lost the prediction game on a week-to-week basis so far. Not really good for him. But nonetheless, we move on to the recaps. So the first one that we will be highlighting today is Brandy versus Nikki. Scotty had taken Nikki in this one. I took Brandy. Brady won by 13. Nikki got killed uh, because he started Carson Wentz on his first week back. He probably is like, oh, he's the MVP last year. Oh, he's magical. But unfortunately, he was not magical. He looked really bad. I thought, I think he threw an interception, and he only scored you 11 points. Rivers would have gotten you 17. That would have gotten you closer. And if you had benched a Mark Cooper, who sucks balls, you could have started like Kenny Stills or Ted Ginn, and you'd have won the matchup. So it was close. You only lost by 13, but in the end, Brandy's team and Ben Rapiesberger on Monday Night Football scoring 26 points was enough to win. So kudos to the sister. Um, our next matchup is Fob versus Scotty. Now, I was sitting with Scotty during this game, and Fabian came over and watched the Patriots lose on Sunday night, so he was kind of there too. But Scotty was panicking, only scoring 15 points after the 1 o'clock games. But like all his studs were going at like 4 o'clock. So after the 4 o'clock games were over and the dust settled, he had a lot of players left to go on Monday night, and Fabian needed a big game from Tom Brady, who scored 7. So, and the only problem is, I look at these bad scores that Fabian had, and I honestly can't tell you who on his bench he could have mustered up to start. You might want to start. You might want to drop your bench and then pick up a new bench on the waiver wire this week. That might be a bold move for you. So Scotty wins 120-90. So he is the champ. Is 2-1, and he's doing quite well at this point now. After that initial blunder week 1. Scotty and I got this one wrong, both together. We both picked Darren to beat Eli. Now, Darren scored 100 points, and after the stinker that Eli laid the previous week, we thought it was going to happen again. But Drew Brees scored 41 points, and when you get a player to score 41 points, it's really tough to lose, especially when you also get a player that scored 34 points. What a great waiver pickup by Eli this week. I like to poop on his Will Dissly pickups, but Calvin Ridley was a great pickup. I thought the kid was going to be a stud. I drafted him and dropped him because I needed some roster space. Um, Obviously, a bad move on my part. So now Eli has Calvin Ridley, and I don't think he's going to score 34 points every week, but he's probably going to score 6 or 7 every week, and then rock in a 15 and a 20 every now and then. I think he's a top 30 wide receiver this year, and definitely going forward, Calvin Ridley could be a replacement for Julio Jones. So it's something to watch. So Eli wins 143-100. Like I said, not a bad week from Darren. Nothing he could have really done to make up the difference. It's just he ran into a buzzsaw this week, and Eli took the W. Uh, so next one was our matchup of the week, which was me and JG. It did come down to Monday night. I needed James Conner to score 4 points to win. He ended up getting me 9. So, I did take the victory, 3-0. I don't know if you guys saw my movie trailer I made for JG this week, but I had a good time with it. I was sitting there just rooting against Kirk Cousins all day because he had an awful day. I think he threw a pick and fumbled the ball like 39 times. So I think that's why he scored single digits. And besides Kirk Cousins. Scotty told JG a bold move would be to start James Blanco, known as James White, but he didn't. He ended up starting Sony Michel, and missed out on 5 points there. And I think Tyler Lockett also scored 13 on his bench. Could have really helped. But, I mean, JG was pretty depleted. No Freeman, no Ajayi. So those are two tough guys to lose, especially when you're going to lean on Corey Clement and Sony Michel to really be your point scorers. So great performance by JG with the depleted squad, but not enough to beat me. Our last matchup is frustrating, and I saved it for last because we're all going to talk about this right now as I kind of lay this out for everybody. Listen, this isn't a fantasy football league where it's like, oh yeah, I'll check that eventually. This is a, hey, if you don't put a claim in on Tuesday night, you're not gonna, anybody who's good is gone from the waiver wire Wednesday morning when you wake up. People in this league look forward to waiver day to see Wednesday morning who they got from what they tried to claim. This is a league where people trade, people make moves. When ESPN says so-and-so is a good pickup and he's available 40%, he's only taken in 40% of leagues, trust me, we're that 40% that guy's taken. If he's a good pick, someone here has him. So to violate the number one rule of fantasy football is unfathomable in this league. To start a player everybody knows is injured. This is like if I started fucking Julian Edelman this past week. I think he's on Eli's team now. But nonetheless, if I started Alshon Jeffrey, he's on my IR, he's hurt, he's not playing. So guess what? I don't start him. So when Brandon starts Dalvin motherfucking Cook, who everybody and their mother knew wasn't going to play, so much so that even Fabian knew to start Latavius Murray in his place this week. And so to start Dalvin Cook, to drop a 0 like that is fucking insulting to the rest of the league's intelligence. So I'm going to say this is strike fucking 1 as far as, God damn it, don't do that. You're better than that, Brandon. You're better than that. Check the injury report at noon on Sunday. Make sure you don't have injured players started. Do your due diligence, bud. Pathetic. The matchup was exciting, even with you taking a 0. Godwin caught a touchdown in the fourth quarter that put you up by 2, and it looked like you had the victory, and then fucking Mike Evans snatches a 40-yard touchdown out of nowhere, and boom, 5-point victory for 3-0 fucking Craig. The person who I have shit on more than anybody on these videos, besides Eli with Will Dissily, is Craig. We make fun of his moves. They seem really misinformed and misguided. I feel like he picks up old players who used to be good. And even the trade he did today where he got rid of Gronkowski for people who would be my bench scrubs. It's maddening because you didn't just trade away Rob Gronkowski for garbage. You traded him to a team who had one hole in his lineup, and that was tight end. And you just filled it with fucking Rob Gronkowski. Maddening. But Craig's 3-0. So, I mean, what can I say at this point? He scores 88 points, he wins. He faces a great team, and he wins. I feel like I gotta pick Craig this week. I don't even know who he's playing. He's probably playing like me or something. He is playing me this week. So yeah, looks like 3-0 versus 3-0 this week. That's going to be a fun one to pick. I'm probably going to pick Craig because he could score 9 points and I'd probably score 8 the way this shit's going. But for now, those are your matchup reviews. Look forward to a video from Scotty and I going over our matchup predictions for week 4. It's waiver day. Let's see what everybody gets. Everybody happy picking up people. And peace out, faces.